People are different. We like different things. Some folks love broccoli, others not so much. Some folks enjoy listening to opera, others would rather listen to a cement mixer. But there's one thing that brings us all together. One creamy, dreamy, delicious thing. It's cheese, of course. From the stinkiest blue cheese to the mildest mozzarella, cheese is a global phenomenon. It transcends cultures, languages, and even lactose intolerance. Thank you, lactase pills. Cheese is proof that magic can happen when you mix milk, bacteria, and a bit of time. And my word, are there a lot of cheeses out there? Enough to make your head spin faster than a cheese wheel rolling down a hill. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's start at the very beginning. It all begins with a simple ingredient: milk. We've got the milk. Now, what do? First, we heat it up. Not too hot, mind you, just enough to make it cozy for our special guests, the bacteria. Yes, you heard that right. We're adding microscopic beasties to our milk. Don't worry, they're the good kind. Think of them as tiny cheese chefs. These bacteria are quite picky. They like their milk warm and cozy, so we add them in and let them do their thing. They get to work munching on the milk sugar called lactose. This is where the magic starts. As the bacteria feast, they create something called lactic acid. This lactic acid is a bit like a magician. It's going to transform our milk into something completely different, something cheesy. Remember that lactic acid? Well, it's about to earn its keep. The lactic acid makes the milk more acidic. This causes the milk proteins to clump together. These clumps are called curds. The leftover liquid is called whey. Think of it like a big milk party. The curds are the party animals all clumped together having a grand time. Meanwhile, the whey is like the wallflowers hanging around the edges. But don't underestimate the whey. It's full of nutrients and often used in other foods. Now it's time to separate the party animals from the wallflowers. We use a big sieve to drain the whey, leaving the curds behind. And voila, we've got the building blocks of cheese. Section 4. Shaping up from curds to rounds. Remember those clumpy curds? They're about to get a makeover. We press the curds together, squeezing out any remaining whey. Think of it as a cheese spa treatment. This gives the cheese its shape and texture. Some cheeses get salt added at this stage. Salt adds flavor and helps preserve the cheese. It's like giving the cheese a little extra love. Then, depending on the type of cheese, it might get molded into different shapes. Round, square, blocky, or even wrapped in wax. The possibilities are endless. It's like cheese fashion design, but tastier. Section 5. The waiting game. Cheese's time to shine. Now comes the hard part. Waiting. Cheese, like a fine wine, needs time to mature and develop its flavors. This is where the magic of aging comes in. We store the cheese in a special room called a cheese cave or aging room. This isn't a cave with stalactites and bats, though. Well, usually not. It's kept at a specific temperature and humidity to help the cheese ripen. During aging, more bacteria and sometimes even mold get to work. They break down the proteins and fats in the cheese, creating its unique aroma, texture, and taste. The longer the cheese ages, the stronger and more complex its flavor becomes. Section 6. A world of cheese from mild to wild. Let's talk about the amazing variety of cheeses out there. We've got soft cheeses like brie and camembert, perfect for spreading on crackers. Then there are hard cheeses like cheddar and parmesan, great for snacking or grating over pasta. And let's not forget the blue cheeses. These cheeses have veins of blue mold running through them, giving them a strong, pungent flavor. Some people love them, some people hate them. It's like the Marmite of the cheese world. From creamy to crumbly, mild to wild, there's a cheese out there for everyone. It's enough to make your taste buds sing. Section 7. Cheese, a delicious enigma. So there you have it, the journey of cheese from humble milk to a culinary masterpiece. It's a process that involves science, patience, and maybe even a little bit of cheese magic. But one thing's for sure, cheese makes the world a tastier, cheesier place. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with a chunk of cheddar and a box of crackers. Cheers.